Ask a question, let me know and I can bring you into the chat. I haven't brought people in. I tried it last time. It was actually kind of fun. So if you have a quick question, I can bring you in. But just be quick. Be quick. Hey, I am Curline. That's an interesting name. What's up, Dave? How are you? Real time line killer. You know what I saw today? I saw this story about these Nigerian dudes who got caught up in this crazy scam, and the way they got caught was they were basically snitching on themselves on Instagram. They were being all flashy. The guy showed his Lamborghini and his big mansion and all that stuff, and next thing you know, they caught him in Morocco or Dubai, that's where it was. And I just said, these dumbass motherfuckers, like, why are you snitching on yourself? Like, I'm not saying that I condone what they did at all. I think that's wrong. But if you ever do some dirt and you ever want to get caught, just be flashy. That will get you took down fast. How long till the market crash? The market's gonna crash. It may crash this fall, but crashes don't scare me because because the market has never crashed and not recovered. The market has always recovered. Always recovered. Let me see. I'm looking at some more of your questions. I'm going to scroll back up a little bit. The black church is failing the black community. Some churches are, absolutely. Not all of them. Am I rich? I can pay my bills. I do okay. Why do you love the Nation of Islam? Because, man, I just respect, manhood. I respect when black men are men, and, I think our manhood has been stolen. I feel like the Nation of Islam protects that, and I love them for that. Let's see. What's good on? Hey, Jeremiah. How are you? Is that Jim Mariah? I'm sorry, Jim Mariah. Let's see. Investments. My best investment, I think, might have been Tesla. Whew, Tesla has been skyrocketing. Anybody else on Tesla? I think Tesla went up 5x in the last year, 5 times higher. I didn't catch it at the beginning. I think I caught Tesla where my return on investment is about 100%, but I'm happy with that. Cryptocurrency. I do own some crypto. I can't tell you which cryptos to buy because that market's kind of stagnant, honestly, in my opinion, from what I've seen. Free my dude Hush Puppy. He ain't do nothing. Okay, well, good luck. I hope you didn't. Hey, Dr. Boyce, what are some black figures that a lot of people don't know about that should get more attention? Some black figures, some black public figures, you mean? Vicky Dillard is really smart. I like Vicky Dillard and Jade Arendelle and Faye Bishop. Those are some smart black women. Then you got some smart brothers out here. There's a brother named Jeff Lightsey Jr. who does ball sports. He's like kind of the young Stephen A. Smith. I really like Jeff a lot. I like working with him. Jeff Lightsey Jr. That's his name. And there's a few others out there that I love. Let's drop in knowledge. Trying to. DTUM, is the goal of the government to weaken the economy so everyone can depend on them for handouts? I don't know. I have yet to learn how to be fearful of a virus that has only infected 1% of the country and only infects 1/30 only kills 1/30 of that 1%. But maybe I'll be surprised. I wear my mask. I do what I'm supposed to do. So, it is what it is. Are COVID vaccine stocks worth it? Some of them are, but because, it's really a long-term play, though. How much is this going to change the culture going forward? I think the culture going forward is going to evolve. I think, for example, those masks people are wearing, I think people are always going to be wearing masks because there's always going to be viruses and germs. DTUM Nails sent a request to be in the video. Okay, I'm going to bring you in. Let me see. Hold on, I'm going to hit this button. Why are they scared of Farrakhan? They're scared of Farrakhan because he's smart. Okay, I can't bring you in. I'm sorry. I'm hitting the button and it won't let me bring you in. I apologize. How long does a business have to have an EIN before the owners can apply for a PPP or emergency loan? I don't know. I do not know. That's a good question. I don't think you can just get your EIN this week and apply for a PPP next week. Do you think the market will raise significantly after COVID? I don't know. It's been going up for so long. The market has been on a climb for 30 years. It's been, it's had some dips. It had a crash in 2000, a crash in 2008. But it's been the best moneymaker that there is. Better than real estate, in my opinion. Now, is that going to continue forever? Nobody knows. I don't think so. Global reset. What do you think? I don't know what you mean by global reset. I am universe. I think that there is a global reset happening right now when they talk about new normal and all this other stuff. I think that that's because they're trying to prepare you for something new. Why do you think Warren Buffett's not buying any stock now? He did just make a $10 billion acquisition. So he is buying something, but you're right, he's not buying much. And I think it's because he's a little extra conservative. I think Buffett and Charlie Munger, if you look at those guys are like almost 90, right? So they have a lot of wisdom, but they're also old. They were, heavy players in the market in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So, they are wrong sometimes. And I think that in this case, they're a little bit wrong. I think that the market dynamics have evolved to a place they don't understand. Warren Buffett learned a lot of his investing from a book written by two guys named Graham and Dodd. And the book was written in 1933. So if you're trying to understand the 2020 market from a book written in 1933, I think you're just going to get some things wrong, because I think the market has changed. The investor landscape has changed. The things that move stocks has changed. The theories have changed. Is it wise to invest in old stocks at the moment? I don't know what you mean by Elaine by old stocks. Is that old T stocks? Does it mean like tech stocks or T-bills? I'm sorry. I wish I understood the question. I apologize. Much respect. Hey, Jim Bum. How are you, man? Thank you. Much love from Atlanta, says Trigger 3. Love you too. Love Atlanta. I was in Atlanta last week with Jay Morrison. It's my man. It's a good dude, a smart guy. I just like Jay, so I'm down with Jay. What's the definition of masculinity? I don't know. I don't know if I can summarize it in one moment. I think masculinity just starts with, kind of figuring out what a man is needed for in your space and fulfilling that need. Like, for example, I've always thought of my masculinity to mean that I would just be solid, like a solid dude for my family. That means if my kids need something and I say I'm going to do it, I like to follow through with it, because that to me is part of my definition of masculinity. Masculinity, I think there's a protection element and there's a provider element in masculinity. Can you make it happen and get what you need for your family? And can you protect them if somebody threatens your family? I think that those are two important elements for masculinity. So it's almost like, if you think about it, sports shows you a little bit of that, right? Like if you think about a basketball team, Michael Jordan was the most masculine guy on his team, because if his team needed 2 points, he went and got the 2 points. He took the game-winning shot. In the 98 NBA Finals, they needed to get a possession, so he went and stole the ball from Malone to get the points on the board in order for them to win. So his team needed him to come through, and he came through. And my father used to talk to me about how, when he was younger, his mother would say, we need $50, by this afternoon. And my father would say, okay, I'll take care of it. And he would leave the house and he would come back with $50, right? And I think that to me, that's what I saw as masculinity, in the sense that it's a type of aggression that allows you to go get shit done. Just make it happen. Get the shit done. Don't let your fear paralyze you. Don't constantly make promises that you don't keep. Don't come up short. You come through for the people you love. You protect them to the best of your ability. Those are two elements of masculinity, in my opinion. Have you heard of the Israelites? You mean the Hebrew Israelites? Yes, I love the Hebrew Israelites. A wonderful community. They are builders. That's why I love and respect them so much. And I just love any black person that's just really able to have enough vision to realize all the potential of what we could do on our own. I think we can build our own systems, our own schools, our own businesses. I don't think we need white people to help us do these things. I think we could do it on our own if we want to. I'm invested in a lot of stocks, says real-time line killer. Invest in a lot of stocks and bonds. How are you feeling on this? I like stocks a lot. Stocks are not everything, though. So I would try to get into real estate, maybe try to own a business. Try to just spread your money out. It's a market correction, says Eco Maze. Yes. What about Malcolm and the Nation of Islam? Yeah, I've heard all the stories. I've seen all the theories about what happened with Malcolm and the Nation of Islam. And I've always looked at that almost the way you look at two of your good friends that got into a fight. Just because your two friends got into a fight doesn't mean you have to pick sides. So I just don't pick sides. I sat right next to Louis Farrakhan in 2013. We did an event in Chicago. It was called the New Paradigm event. And the minister joined us, and I appreciated that. And me and him talked for 2 hours to a group of people. And I talked about Malcolm X extensively. And I don't know how that made the minister feel. I don't know. I did not have enough. It didn't matter to me. I love Malcolm, and I'm going to bring him up when it's time to bring him up. But I love the minister. I love the nation, and that's what it is. So I think that we can learn a valuable lesson from what happened in that situation, because I don't believe it had to happen. I don't believe the divide had to occur. I just don't, and I just think that, for anybody that's sad about what might have occurred and who might have did what to who, I think that the saddest part is that this shows exactly what happens when black people can't find a way to work together, when we can't find a way to settle differences, So I don't know. I'm not criticizing the people that were involved. I'll just say that it made me very sad, because if you look at how great Malcolm was and how great the nation is and everything else, imagine those two working together and how great they could have been. Who knows? I think the nation could have protected Malcolm. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not even going to go into that, but I'll just say that it made me sad, and I love them both, and that's what it's going to be. I like Tesla 800. It says eBay store. Yeah. I don't know what the price is right now, though. I have to check. Let's see. Woody says, what would you do with inherited farmland, 100 acres? It's a funny question you ask, because, I was talking to somebody that had a bunch of acres, and they wanted to do like a survival camp where families could come up there and learn how to, grow food and shoot and survive off the land and live off the grid and stuff like that, stuff that you would have to do in case white people ever decide to really shut you out. And I thought that was a great idea. Warren Buffett said this crash is going to be the worst in history. It could be, but, what are you going to do? I took your mini course. What's the difference in that and the other stock courses you have, says Steve? Well, the main stock market program has a lot more material, probably about 5 times more stuff. And it's very, very good, and a lot of people love it. And there's 100%, 30-day home, 100% money back guarantee. So if anybody wants to try it, if you want to just try it out and see if you like it, it's very popular. Everybody loves it. You can go to theblackstockmarketprogram.com, theblackstockmarketprogram.com. So I'll type that in and put it in the and pin it so you can look at it if you want to take a look. And the cool thing about the Black Business School is we now have over 100,000 students, and the school is you can learn from PhDs and attorneys and stuff like that for a fraction of what you might have had to pay to go to college. So the goal was to reinvent education, black education for the 21st century, because I get tired of, I just think it's absolutely an abomination that we have black people that go to business school and never learn how to run a business. They go to business school and never learn powernomics. I think every black person should know powernomics the same way every black person knows the White Jesus Bible or the King James Bible. I really do. I think that powernomics needs to be something that we all understand as part of our culture, and it should be something that we apply as families and as individuals to strengthen our community. What do you think about drop shipping businesses? Oh, I think they're great. It's easy. You can ship your stuff without having to actually do anything. Jay Morrison continues to undermine the reparations, and he is an FBA, says Gil. Oh, I don't know. I can ask Jay about it. I'm friends with Jay. I know Jay loves black people. And, and I don't think you have to be, I honestly don't think you have to be a direct descendant of American slaves 100% to contribute to the progress of the community. I mean, we have enough enemies out there. I don't want to make enemies of other black people. Maybe Uncle Tom's or whatever, because you got some black Klansmen out here that really love white people and hate black people to death. But I just kind of feel like we've already isolated ourselves enough. I don't want to isolate from the diaspora. I feel like Africa has 1 billion black people that most of whom want to be allies with you. Why not open the door to see if you can find some common ground? You don't have to agree with somebody 100% to form an alliance. You can find the things that you appreciate about each other and build around that. So I'm not going to dismiss a Jay Morrison just because he has a different opinion on reparations than I do. But I do know that when we had a meeting about the Black Rights Party, one of the fundamental tenets of the Black Rights Party is that if you don't believe black people deserve reparations, then we will not support you. And I said, I agree with that 100%. So I don't know how much more down with reparations he would have to be in order for us to respect what he's trying to do. Let's see here. 3 years before recovery from the impending complete collapse. I don't know. I think it'll recover before that. But then again, we got to open the schools back up. The schools opening is going to be a big deal. If the schools don't open the way they should, then you're going to have, a slower path to economic recovery. I lost my connection for a bit. Did you address the herbal remedy question? No, I didn't. I didn't see an herbal remedy question, but I believe in herbal remedies. I think that's something we should all look at. What would you do with 60 acres outside of Pittsburgh? I would start a survival camp for black families. We need you in New Jersey. I would love to come to Jersey. Email producer at flynubianmedia.com. That's my manager, publicist. Well, not my manager, but she's our producer, Taryn. Forex, that's what's finna do. Okay. Coin shortage, yeah, because coins got germs on them, I guess. I don't know. He invested $10,000 in the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. He mentioned that before. Yes, Sapphire, I did. I got that idea. Actually, I got that idea from Nipsey Hussle. I saw when Jay announced it, and I saw Nipsey on his feed, and Nipsey said, "Oh, bro, that's a great idea, bro. I'm gonna invest 10,000." And I was like, "Okay, yeah." And I just wrote it, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll put in 10,000." And because I just thought it was great. I thought, I remember when Jay called me in Guyana to tell me what he was trying to do, and I asked a lot of questions, and I don't believe in something just because a black person is doing it. I just don't. A lot of people try to do stuff and they just do it wrong, or they do it sloppy, or they don't have the willpower to get it done. So I'm gonna be real with you. It takes a while for me to start taking something seriously. You got to show me that you're really putting resources behind what you're trying to do, in order for me to really buy into it. But I listened to him, and I didn't do anything. I didn't put any money out or anything. I listened, and I asked a bunch of questions, and he answered all the questions really well. And so I told Alicia, I said, yeah, there's this guy I just met, and he's doing this real estate fund, and I think he's actually thought it all through. He's got the lawyers on deck. It's going to be legit, and I'll be damned if he didn't do it. So, shout out to him. Do you think the economy fully recovered from 9/11 issues prior to COVID-19? From 9/11? Yeah, I think the 9/11 economy is pretty much in the past. Okay, let me see. I see somebody's requesting to come in a bit. Let me see if I can let you in. I'm gonna hit the button and see if it lets me let you in. Okay, Voice of Truth, I'm gonna let you in. So let me see if I can let you in. Okay. Oh, Voice of the Youth. Voice of the Youth. That's what it says. I'm trying to buy back. Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing, sir?
Doing good, brother. How you doing today? What's going on with you?
All is well, man. I've been following you for a while, man. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what I'm doing in my neighborhood. I've been out of federal prison for 4 years, man. I started a nonprofit organization called the Voyage Movement. I recently just got nominated the president of my local chapter of the NAACP. So that was major.
Nice.
I released a book back in June during the COVID. But right now, my main thing right now is the 2020 vision for Black America that we're doing, where we want to use group economics to build not only my neighborhood up, but every neighborhood in where we reside in the country. And we wanted to do that by simply just, and I know you're an economics guy, I follow you. $1 a week, man. $1 a week, that gives us over $40 million a week, over $160 million a month to pour right back into our communities to deal with, 4 of our major issues, which is, farming, schools, healthcare, and media. You know what I mean? So if we put 10 million of that 40 million into each of those different categories every week, we don't need anything from anybody, man. And that's just why everybody putting $1 a week in. It's a very simple solution, but we need guys like you. We need guys like Jay. I'm a part of the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, too. I just came from down there 2 weeks ago. Jay was there in the building, and I took some pictures, walked around. I don't know if you've been on site yet. It's a beautiful campus. I took some pictures. I took my book. I gave my book to Jay. I wrote the book actually in federal prison. Me and one of my cellies, we created a book called The Sagas of the Pharaoh.
The Sagas of the Pharaoh. So that's the name of the book, The Sagas of the Pharaoh?
Yeah, we created because we both had sons. So we wanted to actually create a superhero that they could look up to. So, the kid, he finds the mask, the King Tut mask, and he thinks it's a Halloween mask. And he puts it on and he morphs into the Pharaoh. So you see him going through the parallels between the 18th dynasty and his real life, learning different virtues, courage, and humility. And every time he passes a test, he passes one of the 7 levels of Egyptian mystery schools, because he has to pass 7 levels to actually become the Pharaoh. So it's a continual book. It's a continuation book. But back to the 2020 vision, man, we as a people have to understand that we have some major problems, but some of the economic problems are very simple. I went and bought Dr. Claude Anderson, you had him on your live. You have him on your live all the time. The Twitter, I bought his whole Power Nomics series, and I'm getting ready to buy your children's. I think you got the children education platform on your blackbusiness.com.
Yeah, Black Millionaires Tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So I mean, I try to invest in people that I get stuff from. Like you give me free knowledge, and I think everybody on your live, they get free information every time that you go live. So we have to, support those people. But yeah, man, $1 a week, man, we can solve our problems, man. And a lot of people say, well, quit sharing that idea. It's not an idea that it's group economics. It's the power of group economics. And people need to hear that look, with $1 a week, man, we can solve our problems, man, because it's over. I think one of the brothers has said it's 50 million of us now. So now it's $50 million a week that we can put together a national fund, have the right people, manage this fund and because what we're doing, we are already kind of accepting the pledges. We call them pledges. But I bought a piece of land already in my neighborhood. We're going to open up a grocery store, a restaurant right across the street. The grocery store is going to be 80% delivery because I'm in Kentucky and it's a small neighborhood. So we can get anywhere in 7 minutes.
Did you say you're in Kentucky?
Yes, sir. I'm in the Lexington area.
Oh, you know I used to live in Lexington, right? Did you know that?
What? Nah, man.
Yeah, I went to UK.
Wow, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, I thought you knew that.
Nah, I mean, I haven't really studied up on you that much. I just, I'm just getting out and being acclimated to society. But when I watched you, first time I watched you, I said, I got to follow this brother. Hey, that's crazy, man. So, yeah, I'm right over here in the Masterson Station area. So, yeah, but I'm from Paris, though. I live in Paris. So Paris is right down the street from where you was doing your thing. So you know exactly where I'm at. And it's a great area because it's a lot of land. And, but my area, it's a lot of vacant lots, buildings. And I just see, the potential for us to build. And I wanted to really use the money that I've been accumulating just from my books. And I got a campaign called We All in the Same Game. And we just started selling shirts because what I realized was we can't build these neighborhoods up. We still destroying them. So for me being in prison, I knew a lot of the gang members and a lot of people across the country because I was with the GED teacher. So all these guys, they needed GEDs. They was coming to school. So I knew all of them because I helped them get their GEDs. But we built great relationship and that funneled to the outside. So I still know a lot of these guys. So I'm telling them, like, listen, this is the mentality we have to move in. And a lot of these guys are actually being very receptive to it. And I'm flying out to LA on Wednesday to meet with a few guys. And then I'm going to drive up to the Bay because I used to live out there. But we have to push that campaign first because we can't build if we're going to be destroying. So, but that's not just for gangs either. That's for our religious, organizations. That's for our grassroots organizations. We all have to have that we all in the same game mentality, meaning whatever your affiliation is, leave that in the car. If you feel like unity in the community is the goal, then come out, step out of your car in that spirit, in that light, and then we can actually build something. Because if you step out saying, well, Jesus is God or Muhammad is God or the prophet, then we're not going to be able to build because y'all going to be over here arguing about that as opposed to picking up something and cleaning up. You know what I mean?
Well, let me ask you something, brother. Tell me your name again.
My name's Terry Dunford.
Terry Duncan.
Dunford, D-U-M-P-H. Yes,
Dunford.
sir.
Okay. All right. So if you allow me to do this, I can give you some thoughts in terms of how you might achieve the goal. First thing is when you mentioned you had a book and everybody in the chat was asking what's the name of the book.
Oh, I wouldn't
from now
even
on, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna encourage you from now on, man. Every time you mention the name of your book, or every time you mention your book, say the name of the book and say it multiple times. Also, say your name as well, because that's how you build your capital. That's how you build. They call it branding, and all that is just make sure people remember your shit. You know what I mean? Like you want, so Terry, so if I was you, I would go in. Hi, my name is Terry Dunford. I'm the author of the book Sagas of the Pharaohs. You know what I mean? And then and then say that over and over, right? And then the other thought I had too. First of all, I love what you're doing, man. I think it's great, and I'm very happy for you, man. It sounds like you're coming out full steam ahead, man. And I'm so glad. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing. I have found that it is harder to get people to give
$1 than it is to get them to buy a product for $10, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what I would do if I was you is I wouldn't focus just on getting people to make a donation. I would try to keep doing what you're doing on the product front. You know, you got your book. You mentioned T-shirts. You know, maybe you do a class. You know what I mean? Transition class. You know, help brothers that are working through what you're working through, just whatever it is, right? And sell that, or offer that in exchange for the donation. You see what I mean? That way, you exchange your value for value, and it becomes it's no longer charity; it's an investment, right? Because I don't want people to just do charity for you, because you're not a charity case. I'm not a charity case. The black man is not a charity case, but the black man is a very, very damn good investment.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So let them invest in you, man, and I'll invest in you. So my producer's email is producer@flynubianmedia.com. Everybody, please feel free to write this down. Type it in the chat, please, if you guys are listening to the chat. It's producer@flynubianmedia.com. So you send me a link to your book and your products, and I'll buy some of your books and your products. I'll wear your shirt, you know, on my podcast, you know, and I'll support. And also, the other thing too is tell people where they can follow you on Instagram. Where can they follow you on Instagram?
Okay. Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram at Voice of the Youth. It's pinned right here, but it's Voice of, then the is THA Youth. When you go to my link, you'll see a link to my nonprofit organization. You'll see a link to my website. But hey, thank you, sir. And you're so right about that, because like you said, I had more people buy the products than donate the $1. And once I realized that, I'm like, yeah, let's just continue to build the economy, because what I was able to do with that was I was able to show them that by you guys purchasing this book, the dollar stayed in our community for 7 to 12 to 14 to 30 days until I went and bought more books. So when we complain about the dollar not staying in our community, it's because we don't have anything to offer. We don't have anything to sell. So that was one thing I learned, sir. And I'm glad you reiterated that, because it was what I learned most. I'm like, well, how can we complain about the dollar leaving when we have nothing to keep it in? So let's build economy. Let's continue to create products. Because my website, which is www.thevoyagemovement.com, TVMBE.com, it's set up for people to put their products on there for free. You can upload your products, your services, because it's called the Voyage Movement Black Exchange. So it's a black exchange where you can put your products on the site for free, and then, you know, you just sell them. So we encourage people to sell them. And one thing I did with my shirts, when I'm on Facebook, I tell people, if you sell shirts, sell this shirt too. I'm not getting ready to chase you. Sell this shirt and feed your family. Like, this is the type of mentality we have to have. I know some people will be like, that's not good advice. Well, it's just called hashtag we all in the same game. So that phrase came from that song that they made back in the early 90s. You remember the West Coast when they was doing the Unity. So I'm like, I don't own that phrase, but even if it was something that I did feel like I wanted to coin and patent, if a brother could make some money off of it, go make some money. Now, if you make $1 million, then you might want to shoot a few dollars back. But
there you go.
We need to create products and be able to let our people know, man, if you're not one of them type of people who can create your own product, get with people who can. Or if you haven't tapped into your purpose and you don't know, you know, what it is that you can use, that's your own gifts and talents to create and make money, then get with people who can tap you into that. You know, people like you, follow people like you that's going to show them that, listen, there's something that you love to do that you can probably get paid to do. You know what I mean? But you have to tap into that. You have to create that. You have to know self. Find out who you are. And it took me a long time to find out who I was, man. But
I love that, man. Well, all right, but so before you go, I want to show you something. You know, I want to show you that how much people respect what you're doing. And I already know what's going to happen. I want y'all to answer a question. How many of y'all are going to follow? You said Terry's your name, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Terry. How many of y'all are going to go follow Terry and look into possibly buying this product? Say yes in the chat if you're going to go follow Terry and go take a look at his product. At least consider buying his product. I'm about to put some money in your pocket, Terry, because I
just see. Look, I just seen a few people asking me, sir, and that's beautiful. I need you to do me one favor. I need you to give me the producer Fly Media
What was the
Fly Nubian Media. Fly Nubian Media.
Fly
And
Nubian?
you can just send over what you got, and I'll be one of your first customers, man, or one of your earliest, man. And I wish you the very best, brother. And I'm about to bounce. I got a couple more people that want to come in, but see, look at that, all these yeses. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of these yeses are also coming from not just other black men, your fellow soldiers that love you, but also black women, who, the real women in the community who really stand by us no matter what we've gone through. So it's very important for us to be the best men we can be, because we must come through for them. So I congratulate you, man. It's very nice to meet you, brother. And I wish you the very best.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you. I salute you. Thank you for all that you do, man.
Same to you, brother. Peace out.
Peace.
All right. That was fun. What's his Instagram? I think he's listening. So, Terry, if you're listening, just put your Instagram in there so everybody can see it. Will it be recorded? Yes. I'm gonna leave it on my Instagram. So it was good talking to you guys. I'm hanging out with my goddaughter here in Seattle, so I think I'm gonna head on in. But keep hustling, keep working hard. I think this is a great opportunity for us to grow. Okay, D-Tum Nails. I saw you earlier, so you know what, D-Tum Nails? I'm gonna try to see if I can bring you in this time. Let me see here. Hold on. I'm gonna hit this button. See what happens. Let me see. There we go. All right. So it looks like D-Tum Nails is coming in, and let's see what happens here.
Hi. Thank you for taking my
Hey,
call.
how are you?
I'm good. So I had asked that question earlier about is the point of the government to make everybody broke, to weaken the economy so we can depend on them. And so let me just tell you about myself. So I'm an educator, and I got kind of down and depressed today because I was just told, so I'm from the Bay Area, and I was just told that our large school district is now going to go to online learning, distance learning, excuse me. And I'm like, oh, just to start the school year off like that. And I'm just thinking about single mothers with children, and how are they supposed to go back to work, the ones that want to help their kids. Okay, you have several kids on these several different grade levels. It's really difficult. It's difficult for the teacher. It's difficult for everybody. And I'm just thinking about that impact on the economy and the small businesses. And I'm just like, what does the government want? What do you think that the expectation is? Are they really trying to weaken? I kind of think they're trying to really weaken the economy so they can give us rations and handouts. I mean, I was speaking to one business owner. I live in San Francisco, so it's a very expensive city. You know that, one of the most expensive cities in America. One shop owner, small business owner, said her rent was $35,000 a month. Okay, it's just getting crazy. And I was just kind of, I know you don't have all the answers, and I know I'm
No, that's unbelievable.
but
Wow.
it's just really what. And then another thing I heard yesterday is like some of the small business owners had opened, they were doing outdoor seating, and then they were told by the governor that they have to get rid of the outdoor dining now. And a lot of the restaurant workers were receiving their tips from this, and now they got to go back to. So a lot of people have lost faith. They're getting told one thing and then resorting back to another. I know some people applied for assistance for why can't I think of it right now? For the money when you go broke and stuff like that.
Unemployment?
Unemployment, yeah.
Right.
And haven't received it yet. So do you think that there's pressures from the different governments to small governments to, and I'm saying state governments and local governments to, because all of this is circulated around COVID-19. So do you think they're getting pressure to, because I know, they want their economies to be good, but do you think they're receiving pressures from, I don't know, other people's to kind of shut down? Is it public? What's going on?
Yeah, well, you know what I'll say? Well, first of all, what's your name, sister?
I'm Danielle.
Danielle, okay. Nice to meet you, Danielle. Everybody say hi to Danielle. You know what, Danielle? I do think that there is an agenda, and because I piss people off because I actually look at facts and numbers and data, and I know that the COVID thing is real, right? It's very real, but only 1% of the country has been infected, and about, let me think, I want to say, let me get the math right, I want to say about 97% of them survived, right? So only 1% of the country. So you're talking about, maybe 3% of 1% of the country that's documents, and most of those individuals are old, right? Older, much older. Now, again, it's if anybody here has lost a loved one to COVID, my heart goes out to you. But a lot of the stuff they're doing ain't making no damn sense. It's just
Right.
not. It's I think that there is an agenda. I think that I look at the left trying to basically undermine Trump's economy for the election. They're trying to get elected. And so because Trump has always been bragging about how good the economy was, so they took away his greatest strength. Now, in terms of a broader agenda beyond that, is there kind of a socialist agenda? I think there could be. I don't think it's going to work because I just don't know how we can. The government can't feed everybody forever, right?
Right.
And
right.
we're kind of being left ass out where they're like, okay, there's no resources, but good luck to you. We'll send you a couple of drops in the bucket, a little check every now and then, but that's it. People can't survive that way, and I just really think you have to find a way that people can go about their lives and run their businesses and go to work. And some people are okay, like I'm okay going to work every day knowing I have a 99.9% chance of survival. Right? I mean, what the fuck? Like I'm serious. Like,
Right.
there's a 1 in 1,000 chance. I'm a black
Right.
man. There are neighborhoods I could go through where I've got a 1 in 200 chance of being killed that day, right? But I'm gonna still go to that neighborhood if I gotta get something done.
Right.
So I just think that they, unfortunately, because media makes a lot of money with scary headlines. Like they've made coronavirus into an industry. It's an industry where it's like, they've got entire podcasts dedicated to developing this virus. Every time there are new infections, they announce that on the headlines because those headlines get readership. And I don't really want to know how many new infections there are. Like, I don't really want to know that Florida had 13,000 new infections today. I want to know how many of those people got sick and how many of them died. Because actually, if you look it up, it's not just Lead Science, one of the companies had a breakthrough recently where they said that they reduced the death rate from COVID by 63%. So you're talking about something that has a death rate that's probably higher than the flu, but it's not dramatically higher, right? And so I'm not saying that it's not real. It's out there. Just like the flu was out there, and it is worse than the flu, right? I think we should be clear about that. But people got to live. People got to eat. And most people are going to say, look, I'll take my chances. You tell me I got a 1 in 1,000 chance of dying, from this. Fuck it, I got to feed my family. Excuse my French. So go ahead.
What is the goal? I'm sorry. If they want to put fear in the public, which they have, what is the goal in that? Like, what do they get out of pumping us with fear? What is ultimately, what Control. Are they trying? Okay, you've made people scared. Now what?
Control, power. If I get you afraid enough, then you'll let me do whatever I want in order for you to feel safe. It's always about power. It's always about getting things fast. It's about emotional manipulation to allow us to achieve an objective from you. And so governments use emotional manipulation to achieve their goals. Corporations use that to get you to buy products. They don't try to get you to buy products as a rational consumer by explaining all the logical reasons why you should buy the product. They try to get you emotionally because they know that most spending is emotional. So the same thing is true when it comes to government control. If they get you afraid, then they win. I know, I remember Rahm Emanuel saying that you never put a good crisis to waste because that's your chance to get a lot of money. I know people who have made an absolute killing during the pandemic. I'm talking about people that got richer. Jeff Bezos made $20 billion during the pandemic. So I believe that, it's driven by emotional manipulation, using fear to get you to agree with anything they say. And what they also do that really pisses me off is they go out of the way to get people ostracized if they question anything. Like if you question anything, then that means that you don't believe in the pandemic. You don't believe what's going on. You want to kill people. You want to, whatever. No, stop being so goddamn dramatic. Like nobody is saying that they want you to die. We're saying, let's look at the facts. Right. And so the more they say that, the more irritated I get because I'm like, so you want people that have an issue here to just be quiet, to say nothing? So I personally think that people should look at facts. I look at facts. I go look up the data. I look at the site, I look at World Health Organization, I look at the numbers, I do the math, and based on those numbers, I decided that my family is pretty safe, right? We wear our masks, we wash our hands, but we're not going to sit in the house and throw our whole lives away because you're trying to scare the shit out of us every time we turn on the TV. We don't even watch news in our house anymore. So,
and you know what? It's funny you say that because I think they want people to not question them because there was a sign. I don't know if you've heard of Dr. Shiva. He's like a bioscientist. He's the one that has the sense. They actually make the medications and vaccines and stuff like that, bioengineering field. So he said that the solution was vitamin C, and that when there are some doctors that have injected people with COVID that were serious with high doses because you can get vitamin C through IV. So there was the FBI actually shut down a clinic that was offering vitamin C. The FBI came and shut them down. You can look at it on YouTube, and then said that they were going to start censoring people that spoke about the benefits of vitamin C and how it can combat COVID. So, they've already started a lot of online censorship stuff with that. Now, I take about 1,000 milligrams a day. I try to 500 to 1,000, just 2 tablets. And I've been going out ever since it started, pretty much, even just to get fresh air. And I've been fine. I've been fine. But I do believe what you said about, just, how they want to ostracize people and stuff like that. When it comes to that. So it's really crazy, but I'm like, so you want power and control at the expense of I feel like in some ways you don't care about the economy because it's going like it's crazy to me. But sometimes I think power is more important than money sometimes, to certain establishments. If you can take people's money and control them with power, it's almost better. Yeah. So
yeah. Well, Danielle, you give me a lot to think about, and I agree with you. And I hope everything is I hope everything works out for you. You said you're an educator?
Yeah.
Well, I wish you good luck, sister. And I'm so sorry about what happened with your school system.
Thank you. I give out free books to kids in the hood, so
you do?
Yeah.
Well, would you like for the people on this live to follow you on Instagram or anything?
You can just send me information, and also I do small donations because what I do is so I get a bunch of free books, but I was offering free meals and stuff. So I go around like the hoods and stuff like that, and my books are pretty much new or in great condition, and I just start handing out because that's one thing the schools are not doing. They're not giving away. They give away packets, but they're not giving away books. And a lot of our parents in those communities are not buying books for our children. So that's what I do. So if you can send me an invite, and I will give you information, and I'll send you pictures or whatever you want to send, and, to let you know I'm really about this. But yeah, or donate books. You can donate a book, new or good condition though, because they're not gonna read Nancy Drew diaries. They're just not. So yeah. So yes, just send me a message, you guys, and thank you for taking my call. And pray for our youth. Pray for our youth, guys. Bye.
Oh, we will. Thank you for coming in, Danielle. I appreciate it.
Okay. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Vitamin C, that's it. I don't know if it's just vitamin C. I think it's more so of a mixture. I do a lot of vitamin C. I take vitamin D. And then I'll just take, a multivitamin and stuff like that. And then, of course, I wash my hands. I keep hand sanitizer in my bag. I wear a mask, because I don't want to be just a complete dumbass, in the event that, you do run across some germs or whatever, you should just be clean in general. And there's no reason not to stay safe, right? But I think at that point, you're not going to steal my life away. Like, you're not going to get me to live in fear. You okay? You can sit here.
I'm looking at the sunset over the mountains.
Oh, okay. That's my goddaughter.
Hi.
She's a school teacher too. What are we looking at?
You see how the sun's setting behind the mountain?
Oh, she's pointing out the sunset behind the mountains. Let me show you guys this. Tell me what you guys think. So there we go. We are in San Francisco. And
Seattle, but yeah.
Or wait, I keep saying I get San Francisco, Seattle, and San Diego all mixed up because they all got all the shipping stuff. So this is the view. So this is what it is. So there we go. So we can enjoy the sunset together. All right, guys. So I'm about to bounce. Excuse TV, man. Excuse Ty. I would bring you in, brother, but I'm about to spend some time with family, man. So maybe next time though. So when you pop through next time, man, just send me another request. I'll start bringing people in. So God bless everybody. And by the way, you know, the options trading masterclass has already started. So if you'd like to learn how to use stock options for investing, we meet every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. So feel free to go take a look. It's drboycemasterclass.com. That's drboycemasterclass.com. Okay, guys. So take care and have a good day. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.